Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Kim and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Before I get started, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm over 100 now and I'm so excited. Anyways, today's video is going to be some frustrations with Doordash and Grubhub, restaurants, customers, the whole thing. Just some like what the heck moments I've had. Why did these things happen? Do they happen to you? I don't know. It's mind-boggling sometimes. Anyways, so this happened twice this past weekend with Grubhub. It's kind of aggravating. So I accepted an order and I'm driving to the restaurant. Okay, I'm 5 minutes away, whatever. I get the little pop-up. You've accepted an order, but it looks like you haven't moved. And I'm actually on my way there. I click the little OK button. I think it says get going or something. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, that's strange. Maybe my GPS is acting up, whatever. So then, just as I'm getting off the freeway off-ramp, I get the error again. The same thing. You've accepted an order. It doesn't look like you've moved. I'm like, what? I'm almost there. I'm not close enough to click arrived, but I'm close. I'm like, okay. I click OK again. And literally, like a minute later, maybe even less than a minute, I get a notification that they unassigned the delivery. I'm like, what the heck? I'm almost there. And, I pulled into the parking lot of the restaurant where I was going. I called support. I'm like, what's going on? Why'd you take it away from me? I was driving here the whole time. And the order wasn't even ready yet. It wasn't supposed to be ready for like 10 more minutes. So I was even early. It wasn't like I was late or anything. I'm like, oh, sorry, these things happen. It was kind of that kind of explanation. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, can I have it back? Oh, no, it's already been reassigned to someone else. So I basically drove all the way there for nothing. This happened twice. Once during the week and then once over the weekend. I'm like, so I don't know what's going on. I've been restarting my phone right before I start driving. I don't know. It could be my phone's problem. I really am not sure. But it's just weird that all of a sudden this is happening. I haven't had this issue with Grubhub. So, anyways, that was a little frustrating. Have you had that happen? I don't know. Kind of crazy. And DoorDash. Well, these are known issues that everyone's having, but it randomly pauses my dash for no reason whatsoever. Doesn't even warn me that it's paused. I'm like, God, I haven't gotten DoorDash in a while. And I open up the app and it says, oh, you're paused. I'm like, what? I didn't pause it. So it's pausing for some reason. And then I keep getting the warning that says you're out of your delivery zone. Navigate back to increase your chances of finding orders. I'm getting this when I'm literally like half a mile from a strip mall with a bunch of restaurants that do DoorDash. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And this was since I got the new update on the app where it has the little pink blotches. The hot spots are like little blotches where you can see the outline of where the hot spot is. That's when this all started happening. And what is it with those pink? I don't even know. It's almost like old style graphics. But are your odds supposed to be better if you're in the pink area? It doesn't seem to make a difference to me. I get just as many orders out of it as I do when I'm in it. But, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. What the heck? What the heck, DoorDash? This is also frustrating. So restaurants mark food as ready, but it's not ready. So you're at the restaurant and they tell you it's not ready yet. Okay. You ask them, why did the app text me with an update that said the order's ready? Oh, I don't know. Someone must accidentally click something, whatever. The problem here is that it also texts the customer this update saying that the food's ready. So the other day, I was sitting at Presto Pasta, actually, waiting for an order, which they said was going to be like, 10 more minutes or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, really? I'm like, okay, fine. It was a decent order and I didn't have anything else pop up. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just sit here and wait. So I am sitting in the little lobby area waiting for the food. The customer's texting me, hey, let's get going. Why aren't you bringing me my food? I text back, it's not ready yet. The customer, yes, it is. I text back, no, I am standing right here waiting and it is definitely not ready yet. And I'm thinking, well, they got that a notification that it was ready, and I'm sure they think, I don't know what they think I'm doing. They can see that I'm there. But I don't know what they thought I was doing. But I was like, this makes me look like an idiot, that I'm just standing around waiting for food that's already ready. But it wasn't ready. Anyways, that's frustrating. And have you had this happen where you show up and you say you're there to pick up, and the restaurant will say, oh, we just got the order. I've had the order for like 10 minutes and the pickup time is in 2 minutes. You mean to tell me you just got the order? Yeah, well, it'll be ready in 5 minutes. Is it ever really 5 minutes? No, it's never 5 minutes. And when it is, I'm like shocked. I think it's just their standard answer. Oh, it'll be ready in 5 minutes. Okay, now that I've been doing this for, several months, and I go to the same places over and over, a lot of the restaurants know me now, and they'll tell me the truth. I'll say, is it really 5 minutes? Well, no, it's going to be probably 10 or 15. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to either go do something else, maybe, like if it's a Grubhub, a lot of times I'll pick up a Doordash, like a close, quick one real fast and do that while I'm waiting for the food to be ready. But, or sometimes I'll just unassign it and I'll just tell them, look, I'm going to unassign it. Someone else will come. I'm not going to sit here for 15 minutes. But I appreciate when they tell me the truth, and I tell them that. I'm like, thank you so much for telling me the truth. But, that blanket, 5 more minutes. It's almost ready. I'm like, yeah, sure. It's not. Here are some more lies that the restaurants tell. Oh, we're too busy and we didn't check the tablet, so they're unaware of the order. Or the app is down. Or we never received an order for Tom. You came way too early. We have 20 more minutes. Or I love the one, it's almost ready. We're bagging it up right now. I'm like, no, you're not. Like I said, I have certain restaurants that will tell me the truth, but other ones, they just lie. Like Habit's the worst. Lately, Habit has been the worst. Oh yeah, if we're just going to bag it up. And then you stand there 7-8 minutes later. I don't know. Just tell me the truth. And then I can make a decision whether I want to stay or not. But lying to me just makes me not want to come back and not believe you for the next time. Anyways. This is another situation that I've run into over and over that just kind of, I don't understand why the restaurants would want to wait until the driver gets there to contact the customer regarding substitutions. I know that they have a way to contact the customer. There's no way that they don't. So I'll arrive right before pickup time, whatever. The restaurant will tell me, hey, we're out of vanilla shakes. Can you contact the customer to see if they want chocolate? Why didn't you contact them? Oh, we don't have their phone number. Okay, fine. I'll text them, call them, I'll find out, whatever. Okay, they said chocolate's fine. Okay, great. We'll start their order now. I'm like, what do you mean? You didn't even start it yet? This has happened so many times. It's so aggravating. I'm like, you would think you would have everything else ready except for the shake. And then when we found out which one they wanted, you could just make the shake and hand me the order. But that's not what's happening. They're holding the whole order based on that shake. I'm like, worst case scenario, they don't want it. You could just refund the shake. I don't know. This has happened several times. I was like, I'm not sure what the protocol is and what the agreement is between the restaurant and Doordash, Grubhub, whatever. This happens a lot. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know. What do you do in this situation? Okay, so here's some hand it to me issue. This is one I just had this last weekend, and it kind of bothered me. So I drove up into this, there's an unincorporated area of town. It's up in this little hill area. So I get to the end of the paved part of the street, and then a dirt road continues down to the house. But it's full of like ruts and like holes and rocks, and there's no way I was going to drive down and get a flat tire. So I park at the end of the paved street and then I walk down to the house. Maybe a quarter block. It wasn't far or anything, but it was a hill and it was kind of like rocky and dirty. And anyways, so I get to the house, I knock, no answer. So I start my timer. I can't reach the customer timer, whatever it's called. The 5-minute timer, basically. Ring the bell, no answer. Call him, no answer. Text him, no answer. Wait. 4 minutes in, he answers the door, groans like I'm bothering him, grabs a food from me and slams the door. I'm like, okay, well, you're welcome. And I start walking away. It was $11 Grubhub delivery. I found out it was a $3 tip. Definitely not worth it. I'm like, okay, this guy was a jerk for no reason. If you don't want it handed to you, don't mark that you want it handed to you. I know the ones that say hand it to the customer, that's something that the restaurant puts, but when it says hand it to me, that means you've selected that. So if you don't want it handed to you, don't select hand it to me. If you don't want to answer the door, he could have just yelled through the door, hey, leave it there or whatever, but he didn't. He was just grumbly, and I don't know, it kind of put me in a bad frame of mind after that, because I'm like, oh, what a jerk. Here I am bringing you your food and you're being a jerk. Anyways, whatever. I've had other issues, but that's just one that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so have you had any weird delivery requests? Here's 3 that just the most memorable ones that I've had, but there's been others. Do you have any interesting ones? Please share them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. So this one was kind of strange. So there's a house with a fake front door. So when you open that door, it kind of opens into a courtyard. And then the real front door is beyond that. So there's like a little interior atrium kind of thing. So the delivery instructions said to set it on the table next to the front door. Okay, great, no problem. So the fake front door is open, and there's this big chair in the opening. So I see the table beyond I could look in and I could see the table that was next to the real front door. But there's a bunch of things on this chair. I don't want to move the chair to get past it. And I'm thinking, I can't just, how am I going to get over there? So I just put the food there down by the fake front door. And, I texted with the picture of it and everything. And I said, hey, have a great day, whatever. And I left. So then they respond to that text asking why I didn't listen to their delivery instructions. So I respond back that my hands were full and I didn't feel comfortable moving their chair out of the way. And then they sent this huge smiley face. And I'm like, okay. So that was like really weird. It was kind of confrontational and then like, oh, okay. So that was a strange interaction. And then another person asked me to put the food on top of their car hood in the driveway. So there was a car in the driveway and it had a very slanty hood. The food would fall off if I would have placed it on the hood. So instead I sat it right next to the car and I took a photo. I texted them and said that I was sorry that I didn't want the food sliding off the car. There was drinks too, so I didn't want them falling off. Then they responded saying they never said to put it on the car. Okay, whatever. Yeah, someone just made that up. I don't really know. I was like, how would it get there? Oh, goodness. Okay, so then the last one that stands out, this customer asked me to stop and buy cigarettes for him. I responded that I couldn't do that. And then they responded back, well, the last Doordash driver did it. I apologized and said that I'm not going to do it or whatever. And they were fine with it. They were not, mad or anything. But I just found it weird that they would even ask to have me stop somewhere else to buy them some cigarettes. Do you think Doordash drivers actually do that? I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they do. I wasn't going to do that. First of all, you're putting out your own money and hoping that they actually pay you back. I don't even know how much cigarettes are. But it's more time. It's more mileage. You're going out of the way. I don't know. I wasn't going to do it. So anyways, share some of your weird delivery requests. I really, really would like to read them. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was entertaining at least, and maybe you've run into these same situations. And I'm not trying to complain. I just was bringing these things up because it's I just find it so perplexing, some of the things that happen and some of the problems we run into that we just have to figure out on our own. Anyways, hope you're having a great evening or day or whatever time it is for you. And thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.